Hello, welcome back to Andian Autos Motorsport. Welcome back, team. In this installation, we're going to have a look at oil filters and specifically cut up ones. Now, I've just done the oil filter change on the van and I got the old filter out. Didn't clean it at all, as you'll probably see by the mess, but I dissected it. So let's have a look at what is actually inside the filter. Turn your screen sideways and that is a filter. Now it all come out in different parts and lengths and that, but there's quite a lot of material in a filter, but you don't really notice it because it's all sort of concertinaed up like that. But looking at the filters, when you cut one open, you'll find this, and trying to spread it out one hand, there we go, right. The idea of an oil filter, or the paper, is to maximise the area. Now, as you can tell, obviously, yeah, the concertina thing maximises the area, but you can see the little ripples in it. Again, that maximises the area and allows things, lumps, to get caught here. Now, when you've got lumps of carbon and stuff, what happens is it builds up in these little grooves, or if you have chunks of metal, bearing or turbo, whatever, it all gathers up in here. Now, if I can get my pick, have a scrape, there's nothing there. This is a good sign. I haven't got a bad one to show you, but when you cut one open, you'll see it in here. Now for me, this was quite an easy one to pull apart because it was a cartridge type, you know, the ones you put in, the paper oil filters, rather than a metal canister spin-on job. When you take apart a metal canister one, you can't use any cut-off wheel or saw to get them apart. You have to use like a pipe cutter that's massive for the size of the oil filter, so it cuts the metal but without giving off any shavings or filings, because then obviously that's going to contaminate your results. But if you think your engine is, you know, the oil looks glistening, you know, you can see that tinge of bearing on it, more so with race cars, you know, the bearings that run in race cars are hard as hell, and, you know, the oil glistens when it comes out of it. So it's really easy. Just spin the filter off, drain it all out, leave it draining overnight if you want. Those particles aren't going to fall out. They're trapped in the filter. Just whip the top off the filter, pull the paper bit out, and have a look. Just spread it apart with your fingers and see if you see anything in there. If you do, then the filter's done its job and caught it, but it shouldn't be in there in the first place. Now, the one from the van, it's only 1,000 miles old. It's just black. It's a diesel, you know. Woo, yeah, carbon. That's the way that they work. When the combustion process happens, because of the compression, ignition, the heat, and so on and so forth, it creates a lot of carbon, which does come past the rings into some. That's why diesels are really black, dirty diesel engine oil, and petrols do tend to have cleaner oil because they don't. Port injection doesn't create as much carbon. Direct injection petrols do. Not as much as a diesel, but more than your PFI petrols. Yeah, just a quick little tip. Rip your filter apart. You know, if you want, you can just jam a screwdriver into it, rip it open with some like pliers. Real redneck, but it will get you in there and it will save you probably $30 or like 20 quid to go and buy the tool. You can get in there and you can have a look. I've yet to buy a tool for this, but again, all I've done is jammed the screwdriver in there and ripped it open and it's done the job. Mind your fingers when you do it though. Yeah, nice and easy. Tell if something's going bad, and especially if you do it over time, you can see with race cars if they're getting worse or if they're getting better. You know, at the end of the day, if this thing covers 2,000 or 5,000 miles on this engine, it's done well. A road car, 5,000 miles isn't even your first oil service. So just put them in perspective. Yeah, there you go. Tips from the inside. See you soon. Ciao.